Hey, how's it going? My name is Kyle Sines. I'm here today to show you the game I made for the Colorado Prototype Jam. I'm calling it Rolio right now, although I would like to theme it with, maybe some pirates or a roly-poly or some cute insect little thing, maybe a pirate roly-poly eventually. But game is now kind of in completion as far as the full kind of game development, the modes going. I've got a pretty good idea of how the bets are going to be working, the odds and stuff on that. I've ran it about 1,000 times just to get all those numbers down. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the game I was kind of working on. Um, it's a traditional kind of betting game. There's a lot of different stuff to bet on. Sums, moves, repeats, number buys, come bets, win conditions, fail conditions. If it's going to repeat three times, quad beats, top bets, even bets, bottom bets. As you can see, the countdown is going down right now. I can kind of tell you a little bit more about all that stuff. Essentially, your character is going to come out on one specific dice roll and then kind of move around the board. Can only go diagonally or horizontally, as you can kind of see by the gray pieces. And it's really just looking for the next open piece that matches the dice roll. So sometimes it'll move pretty far across the board. Sometimes it'll just move a little bit at a time. As you can see, there's a few different things being calculated while let's do this. The total sum of the dice roll, how many moves it takes, the number of repeats over in the right. So a repeat is if the dice rolls is again twice. Um, and you can see as it got into the green, it kind of won there, one on two. So the guy earned some extra money from it winning on two. Um, but yeah, so all your different bets are slightly explained as the game's going on after this little screen. Once it gets down to 30 seconds, showing the last game info, kind of that. Your sum bet is how you win the jackpot, though. So if you guess the right sum, it'll definitely get into a pretty big jackpot, and that can be expanded upon because the sums typically average below, well, not they average at about 90, but they typically mean around 70. Um, Higher sum bets, you're going to get a better bonus and kind of get you some more money. As you can see here, it's kind of describing the moves bonus. Guess the correct number of moves and win that bet. These are all linked together. The moves, repeats, three-peat, and four-peat. As those hit, you're more likely to get a moves bonus. So if there's 5 repeats, you'll get more of a moves bonus. And those kind of share each other as well. Kind of see coming out here, 5 to 2 to 4, moving that way. Your come out was oh, sorry, 3 to 2. Come out was a 3 here. So if that 3 gets hit again, then that's going to start marking it out. And he did make a comeback here. But that's a failure, so there's no 4 going on here. So there's nowhere for him to go with a 4. And so the game is over. That's going to fail any sum bets and come out bets in that kind of way there. Um, Other bets, the repeats, three-peats, quad-peats. Repeats are actually a bet of betting on a specific number of repeats. Again, much like the sum bets, the lower numbers do come up more often, so you'll get a higher bonus, actually, a 2 to 3 times bonus. Um, if you bet on a higher number, it's kind of more likely to give you that bonus there. And this actually explains a little bit more of that. Up to 24 all the time. So if there was 5 repeats, a 3-peat, and a 4-peat, then you would be looking at a 24 bonus for all 3 of those, as well as your moves bonus here or there. And then your next bets, your number buying 1 through 6. Every time that number hits, you're going to get 1/5 back. If it hits that number 5 times, then that all moves up to 2x. So you'll actually get 1 to 2.5 back. And so, working on $1, you're thinking each hit's 20 cents. And then if you double that, each hit's 40 cents. come bet kind of follows that same idea there. The top and bottom bet's probably the oddest bet. There's also another bet I've thought about putting in is four corners where you can kind of hit the four corners. I thought that was a very Coloradan thing to do. Um, but the top and bottom bet is basically just saying how many times it's going to hit either the bottom or the top. And as you can see here, if it gets to, so now it's a plus 10, so it actually has a plus 2 bonus for that bottom because it hit the bottom so many times. And that'll increase your winnings, as you can kind of see there. Um, Different things, different bonuses. Pretty much everything has a bonus in this section, all kind of working out. The only things that do not currently is like your win on bet, which I was thinking of different ways to do a bonus like that, but I haven't found anything I kind of like so far. As you can see, you can also get a fail condition bet as 4-1. I've worked pretty hard to make sure your bets kind of make sense. 8-1 win condition. There are 6 numbers here, but there's also about a 30% chance of a fail. So I feel like that's a pretty good option of buying one of those. Plus, if you were to bet on all 6 and the fail condition, you wouldn't earn any money. That's a big thing, at least in my mind, when you're looking at making betting. Same idea with your top bet and bottom bet. You can bet on them both against each other, but you won't really make any money unless they go over 10. So that's the rarities of that is kind of low. The sum bet, very rare to get. The move bet I found was pretty easy to get. There's not too many options, and so I've been working on reducing the odds on that, and just kind of working out the odds for all this. But yeah, I've had a great time working on this competition. Got to enjoy a little Colorado day while working on this at the same time, so it was pretty nice. Still working on thinking about a couple of different themes, and definitely I made this in Construct 2, which is easy to work with, but probably not the easiest code to read ever in the world. If I was to choose, I would like to probably remake something like this more in like Unity or something where you put little 3D tiles in and make it a little funner for the video to kind of look around and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. The game should be now hosted onto GameJolt, and you can check that out there. Let's see if I got it. Yeah, I believe it's game Myth Styles Games 524110 Rolio Game 5. As you can see right there, all that good stuff. But yeah, enjoy, and y'all have a great week. Be safe.